Previously on Lossano and Friends.
My name is Ron Majors, and I'm an itinerant journalist currently employed by ABC7 in Chicago.
Ron, you have several siblings, correct?
I do, yeah, I do. I'm one of five.
But you have a particular brother who is also a top anchor in Los Angeles on CBS.
Yeah.
He called in.
Did he really?
Paul Majors calling in with a little story about my brother. Being the oldest of five, Ron was the Pied Piper. He was Svengali. He was a god. Now, one brother still won't eat tomatoes because Ron didn't like them and told him they were bad for you. And that brother still doesn't eat tomatoes. Now, being the youngest, I was the most gullible. Ron would amaze me by having me randomly select a card, hold it up, and he would guess the card. He was always right. I was 8 when he moved out of the house. I was 15 when I finally figured out I was always holding the card up with a full-length mirror behind me. But there are millions of stories like that. And here's a story you need to ask Ron about. It ends with my dad saying to my mom, "If I have a son dumb enough to stand in the driveway and let a brother drop an egg on his head from high up above, he deserves it." Anyway, see you later.
That's Paul Majors, your
All
brother.
true.
Would you use the phrase bad seed?
I guess I was. Here's the issue. I was born, and then my mother lost two children, two pregnancies right behind me. Mm-hmm. So there was a gap of 4 years between me and my next brother.
Okay.
Then my folks had 4 kids in 6 years. Mm-hmm. I always believed and acted as if I was an only child, and my parents had this other family with 4 children in it.
Okay.
And I did whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted.
They were there for you to play with.
Yes.
They were your toys.
Yeah. And I was relatively unrelated to them. You know, they were in another family. The egg story he mentions is I'm standing in the kitchen one day, and I've got an egg in my hand. I'm going to cook some scrambled eggs. I'm probably 15, and my next youngest brother is 11, Bob, and I'm holding this egg. And I don't know, he walks by, and I say, "Why don't you go outside and stand in the driveway? I'm going to go in the upstairs bathroom and drop this egg on your head." And he said, "Okay, Mr. Big Shot, you will not. You'll get in a lot of trouble." I said, "Go out in the driveway." I go upstairs with the egg. To my great joy, my brother comes walking around the corner, stands right underneath the 3rd floor window, looks up and says, "Go ahead." What would you do?
Get more Lossano and Friends now on Lossano.com.